is known for giving us a lot of emotions, but one of the famous ones is hype. I'm speaking about the hype you get when the savior comes to the rescue, the badass character shows off his powers, or that nicely choreographed fight scene that made your jaw drop to the floor. So, without further wait, let's see 10 of the best badass moments in anime history. Number 10, Levi vs. Kenny Squad. Remember the good old days when Wit Studio used to boast how good their animation is? Well, this scene is the prime example of it. Season 3 started off with a politically intriguing premise, but its second episode was all action and hype. Humanity's greatest soldier pitted against his shady mentor and his crew. What are the odds? Well, odds don't exist in a fight with Levi. He shows his skill with the vertical maneuvering equipment much better than in previous seasons, as he uses the environment around him to both flee and attack the squad. The numbers may be great, but Levi still has the way to become the star of the battlefield. Season 3 always somehow shined the spotlight on Levi, and we're glad the season kicked off with one of the best scenes. Number 9, Zoro takes Luffy's pain. Everyone has different opinions when it comes to One Piece's characters, but let's admit that we all like Zoro simply because of his sheer charisma, stubbornness, and badassery. And in the Thriller Bark arc, he showed us how much he's willing to sacrifice for friendship. When Zoro tries to fight instead of Luffy, Kuma offers him a deal. Take all Luffy's pain and implant it within himself. Now, I know if someone said this to you suddenly, you'd be having second thoughts, no matter how close you are to your friends. But Zoro being Zoro doesn't hesitate even one moment. Once again, we're shown why we like this energetic swordsman in the first place. Number 8, Lemillion vs. Overhaul and Minions. The characters of My Hero Academia always know how to give off good first impressions. I mean, who doesn't like Lemillion? He's like that cheerful big brother we always need. And when things turn upside down, he turns to this exact same copy of Midoriya and refuses to give up. You're pitted against one of the underworld's strongest and most powerful criminals. But Lemillion isn't about to run away. He knows how much Overhaul had hurt Eri, and he won't let that happen ever again. Even after knowing the risk of fighting Overhaul, Lemillion never gave up and gave the fight everything he's got. He may not have gotten the main character spotlight, but let's not forget what he had done. It was because of him Deku managed to ultimately take down Overhaul. Number 7, Sinbad saves everyone. Sinbad is like the Zoro of Magi. When the situation calls for it, he doesn't hesitate to show off his power. And he not only knows how to save everyone, but he also knows how to make an epic entrance. Yes, I'm speaking of those moments when everything is desperate, things are turned upside down, the tension is high, and everyone is waiting for some savior to appear from the sky. And this time, he literally appears from the sky and then launches one of his most powerful attacks to strike down the enemy. One Piece fans may claim they have Zoro, but Magi fans can yell back saying they have Sinbad, because when he enters the battle, everyone knows it's best to run away. Number 6, Aaron's attack on Paradis. Speaking about entrances, we cannot forget Aaron's epic entrance in Liberio. Okay, Perhaps epic is the last word you can use to explain it, because rather than hyped up screams and bombastic soundtrack, we got a scene of massive carnage and immense brutality. Eren managed to prove to us that he isn't the same boy that existed 3 seasons ago. He was much more cold-hearted and cruel. No one could stop him, not the Jaw Titan, Warhammer Titan, and not even the entire Marleyan military, which learned all of that within one night. It's funny how Marley claimed they had the most powerful military, yet couldn't take down one Titan shifter alone. This was the moment where things turned upside down, and the anime took another step forward in lifting the stakes and tension. Number 5. Ichigo interrupts Rukia's execution. The first few arcs of Bleach really did repeat the same formula, but it was pretty awesome when we saw it for the first time. The Soul Society arc is still one of the best Bleach arcs up to date. You've got the main character power-ups, one of his friends about to be executed, and as always, gaining some new allies and rivals along the way. However, everything Ichigo learned now plays to his advantage. Everything the arc built up climaxes in this execution of Rukia, and she would be hot toast if our main character didn't step up to save her. And Ichigo, just like many other characters in this list, always knows how to make an epic entrance, and then say some cool words to show how he's the main character of the story. Number 4. Saitama destroys Meteor.
Sensei!
Over the course of the season, Saitama one-punched a lot of things, but it was a truly spectacular showcase of power when he punched hard to gawk the mouths of 2 of the most powerful S-class heroes. So, the city is in danger, again, and this time, it isn't the king of crocodiles or some brain-dead monster. This time, it's a meteor. Metal Knight does a very bad job trying to stop it, and Genos as usual is nothing but useless. But all hope isn't gone for the city, because we have Saitama. He dashes up into the sky and destroys the meteor in one finishing move. And what's so cool about that? The guy didn't seem to use any effort at all. Number 3. Escanor vs. Estarossa. Now, if you watch this fight without knowing 7 deadly sins, then this might look like 2 overpowered guys trying to kill each other while yelling out special attacks. But if you know what these 2 characters are capable of, or if you know what Escanor is capable of, then this is going to be a hype moment for you. The fight first starts off with badass lines and then proceeds to Escanor showing the consequences of picking a fight with him. This time, Escanor finally seems to have met his match, since the commandment showed some resistance to his attacks. But when Escanor said die with that cold-hearted gaze, we already knew who the victor of the fight was. Number 2. All Might arrives to save his students. What's the point of a mentor if he can't save his students? And let's not forget we're speaking about the world's strongest hero. At least he was the strongest back in the day, before he transformed into a skinny goat-looking man. But when All Might was still considered to be the greatest hero, he was never hesitant to save everyone from danger. So when his favorite class and his favorite student gets trapped by the League of Villains, he didn't hesitate to jump into action. He has a Nomu in his way, but who cares? This is All Might, the guy who goes beyond and slams a plus ultra punch to send his opponents flying into the sky. So yeah, this moment was pretty badass if you ask me. Number 1. Satoru Gojo's arrival.
挙式紫
Talk about epic anime entrances, talk about epic power flexes, talk about epic anime attacks, and in all of these cases, you cannot and should definitely not miss Satoru Gojo. He enters like a god, attacks like a god, and is still alive in the end to brag like a god. Last time he showed us what he could do with domain expansion, and this time he showed us what his hollow purple attack looks like. And similar to Saitama, the guy seems really cool after the attack. Like he just took a walk in the park and nothing happened. His attitude, his level of coolness, the way he acts, and even the way he shows off his power is what made us fall in love with Gojo Sensei. And once again, he managed to prove he excelled at winning our attention. So there goes our picks for the 10 best badass moments in anime. These are the moments that showed us why anime is unique as a medium. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be updated as soon as we release a new video. Stay safe, anime fans, and I'll see you in the next video.